Essentially, sustainability is about how you do everything. And this is why organizations fail in sustainability, because it's so encompassing. There's so much that needs to change. And it's partly why people think it's rubbish. So in order for it to work, sustainability must have real influence over your procurement, marketing communications, operations, the whole lot. So the business value chain actually has to change. And this is why it feels so uncomfortable, because everything has to change. So let's go through that list with some examples. So it impacts procurement because they decide which suppliers and their supply chains, good or bad, are being invited into your supply chain. And if they're engaging in poor practice, it's now your problem. You should have done your due diligence. Think of the numerous cases that we have with fashion and sports retailers like Nike or Dior. In marketing communications, there are a few issues. The big one being overselling how green or how socially positive your product is without being able to back it up. The tricky part with communications is what you might not be aware of, or what's being classified as greenwashing. And it's things like excessive use of green and blue or recycling type icons in your packaging or in your social media communications. It's now being scrutinized by government agencies such as the ACCC. So for example, Australia's version of the Commerce Commission, which oversees consumer protection. We cover this in a dedicated video about external communication, but you'll see examples with Coca-Cola, for example, being scrutinized about their recycling messaging and about how much better for the environment it is. This is your business's actual value-adding process. So the engineers, the financiers, or the people who are OCD at heart are going to really enjoy this one. It's about efficiency. If you're well organized and are engineering or designing for optimal flow in your business and your operations, the more efficiently you make money, because the more efficiently you run your business, the more efficiently you deliver value and can earn cash, and therefore consume less energy, less resources, less labor. It's great. Sustainability as a whole is essentially an efficiency problem at heart. There's a lot to take in, an awful lot, like a distraction to do more reporting or something that maybe the government should be doing, because like things such as the power mix or waste infrastructure are things that are actually outside of your control. So what are businesses supposed to do about it? On one hand, you have to comply with government or client demands, so you're gonna do it. And in some cases, some people do feel kind of bad about their environmental impact, so are actually happy to do it. But where do we start? So step one, watching videos like this, whether it's from the Accelerator or from YouTube or somewhere, is a really good start, because the more you learn about it, the more comfortable you're gonna feel. And things will eventually click in place. It's not rocket science, it's just a lot of moving parts. Secondly, you can't manage what you can't measure. So you'll want visibility on what's going on in your business. And that's why the big focus has been on measuring and reporting with transparency and integrity, which is why you'll want to be audit ready. Which leads us to number 3, to start measuring. You can call for help, you can get advisors, you can hire somebody, or start measuring yourself. Which leads us to number 4, inevitably, you're gonna want to use software to track all of this information. Your waste, your emissions, energy in one place, because it's ongoing. So every day that you're running your business, it operates with an extra digit or 2 or 3 with things that actually need to be measured. So an automated digital system will save you money, time, and headache. And number 5, once you have your data in place, you and your helpers, your team can start to strategize and put a work plan together based on your situation, your market conditions, your strategic priorities, your resources and compliance, and all the things that you need to start getting rolling. Now, you might have had a plan before. This new data or your baseline data just helps you update that plan so it's better guided and it's more accurate, and it'll help you get to better outcomes for both your business and your sustainability journey. I mean, all of that is one anyway. You can break down those big decisions into smaller decisions, which conveniently actually create a roadmap for you. Something that you can use to communicate to your investors, your regulators, your team, and your customers. And as you start working on it, you'll naturally be adjusting the plan as you gain more insights, as you realize what works and what doesn't. You can't predict the future after all. So that's what sustainability looks like for a firm. It's standard change management, looking at what's happening now, where we want to be, and starting to work towards it while being creative and collaborative with the resources that we have. Now, I hope that was helpful. Now that you're part of the Accelerator, if you have any questions about what was just said, you could drop a direct message to us through email or through our socials, and we'll come back to you with big picture questions on what sustainability might mean for your market, for your sector, or for your business.